Social studies is a study of the world around you. In fact, it's called social studies because this subject area focuses on society and how people interact with it. And because you're a part of society, that involves you, regardless of what you plan to do in the future. Whether you want to know how you'll use what you learn someday, or are just curious how it can be relevant outside the classroom now, social studies is a great place to see connections to the real world in action. In government class, you'll get an idea of how elections work, so that you can understand what presidential candidates are talking about during debates. Studying supply and demand in economics will help you understand why the cost of that pair of sneakers you've been eyeing has skyrocketed. Are you curious about different holidays celebrated by people living around the world? In history, you'll learn how cultures have developed and thrived throughout time. Maybe you've watched the Olympics before and wondered where all these countries were and the reasons behind some of their rivalries. In geography, you'll look at the location of people and places around the world, how boundaries have changed, and how that impacts their relationships with each other. All this makes up social studies. So if you are thinking about a career in social studies someday, you have a lot of choices. You probably already know that you have to study history to become a historian, or economics to become an economist. But what if these options aren't for you? Maybe you want to work with others to make the world, or your own community, a better place. Learning about how laws are passed in government class will prepare you to fight for causes you believe in as an activist, or a lawyer, or politician. Or you could become a planner and work on building stronger neighborhoods through access to public transportation and healthy food. Reading maps and studying human populations in geography class will give you a great start. But even if a career in social studies isn't for you, it still prepares you for the real world. It keeps you knowledgeable about your community around you, which is an important part of becoming an informed voter. You'll learn to analyze the news you read or see on TV or online. And social studies also teaches you to communicate persuasively, which will come in handy whether you're applying for a job or just want to convince others to agree with you. This world needs you to be an engaged citizen. Social studies gives you a great foundation so no matter what you end up doing, you can be a force for good.